Hey guys, so this is the introduction to my Project 20 pan. I'm still wrapping up a Project 10 pan, but those products are only going to be around for maybe another week or so, maybe 2 weeks max. So I figured I would just go ahead and start my next round of Project pan, which is this Project 20 pan. And I kind of wanted this to sort of finish around the same time as my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo project, which I will link in the info box if you want to check that out. And simply because that project is very lip heavy, and I sort of wanted to work in a few products that would ease, well, just make it easier, you know? Makeup, sort of take a leaf from Amber F's book and sort of project pan a look rather than individual products, if that makes sense. I will link Amber in the info box. She is one of my favourite project panners ever. You totally need to check her out. She will give you all the motivation you need and a shit ton more. But she is like a project panning guru, basically. But she has this idea of, or philosophy even, of project panning looks, and it just makes the whole process easier to digest, really. So, before I get to the lip products on this, I do have a lot of face products that I want to get through as well. So, I will start with the primers I want to use up. First is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, which I've already used around a third of this. Already a third of the way through it. It's just a basic kind of silicone clear primer that sort of just smooths the surface and makes your foundation sit nicer. You know, it doesn't really lengthen the foundation wear time and doesn't really fill in pores. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and use it up. It's not really my favourite. I love my Max Factor Face Affinity and I want to get back to that as soon as I can. Which is also why I'm trying to use up the Lasting Finish primer from Rimmel. I know I only just bought this, but I don't think it'll take me very long to get through this. This is kind of a lotiony primer. I don't think this has any, yeah, it does have silicones in it, but it's not as silicone-y as the other primer. I will do a quick finger comparison for you so you can kind of see the difference. I don't even think I will see the difference. This one here is the Baby Skin and this is Lasting Perfection. And as you can see, the gel one just sort of sits on top of the skin. I don't think you will see that because it's like clear. But just take my word for it. The gel just kind of sits on top of the skin like a barrier, whereas the Lasting Perfection, whilst it still creates a barrier, kind of blends into the skin, which is great for, it gives a little bit of extra moisture, which is great for matte foundations, to stop it drying out your skin. But yeah, I'm going to try and finish up these two primers, basically. I'm going to start saying I'm saying like every second word and it's bugging me. So I have two under eye concealers, the Touche Magique from L'Oreal, which I know I go through like one of these every month or so, and I also have one of these sleek Luminaire pens, which has, I don't know if you can see that, it's supposed to come out in the brush, but it doesn't. It comes out down the side of the brush, and yeah. So I'm just going to try and use these two up. This one because it's rather old, and this one because I'm using it anyway, so why not include it, right? Two pressed powders. Both are about halfway used. The first one is the Perfect Light Translucent Powder from number 7. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the rings are actually starting to show through the powder, so I don't think it's long before this one's going to hit pan anyway. And then we have the Superstay 24-hour foundation from Maybelline, which I've used a fair bit as well. It's starting to get a really nice dip in it, and as you can tell, they are really different colours. I like this one because it absorbs oil and it's translucent. This one is more of a powder foundation rather than you know, a blotting powder. It's similar to the Face Affinity by Max Factor, but not as good. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't really like this product. It's too dark. It goes on a little bit cakey. It doesn't really absorb any oil. I can't use it as a blotting paper to blotting powder to touch up or anything like I could with the Max Factor. With Max Factor, as I got throughout the day, I could just reapply some of it and it would absorb the oil and it'd be fine. This just kind of adds a layer and it looks a little bit cakey, so I'm just going to try and use it up as soon as possible. I have a little illuminator that I would like to finish up finally. As you can see, it has been in a project pan before. I think I included this in my project 50 pan that sort of nosedived around December time. But it is now away down here. There's only about a third of the product left, and I'll just use this as either a cream highlight or to mix in with my foundation. Just try and use it up really. Another cream product for the face is the Max Factor Soft Copper Cream Blush. I'll do a quick swatch of this for you. As you can see, I've used this with a brush before and there is little brush hairs in it. But it's just this really nice sort of rich peach shade, which actually goes really nice with the look that I'm creating lately. I'm very into warm colours. Just a warm overall face. It's just my thing at the moment, so it goes perfectly with that. For a blush, I know this is probably going to take a while to use up, which is why I want it to go for so long, but there's only about half of this product left. I just repressed it really badly. This is Nude by 17. And I know it looks very cool toned, but when layered over the soft copper, they kind of neutralize each other and it actually works really well. And as I said, there's not much left of this. It's about halfway used already, so I don't think it'll take too long to use up. I'm pretty sure I'll finish it by the 5th of May. I also included a bronzer in this round. This is the YSL Terre Saharienne, which again, I'm pretty sure I've included in a project pan before and didn't get very far with it. There's a swatch of it. It's just a really pale bronzer, which is perfect for this time of year, which is why I've chosen it. It's very similar to the Body Shop Honey Bronzer, but like 3 times the price. I don't think I will ever repurchase this bronzer. It is really nice, it's really beautiful. If it was the only bronzer in my collection, you know, it would be cool spending that much money on it, but I would rather have the honey bronzer over this one. So I'm just gonna try and use up. Onto, need to wipe my fingers, sorry. Onto eye products. I'm including mascaras in this project pan because I have so many samples. So many samples. The first one is, I actually don't know. It's a little YSL sample. I think it might be the Singulair. It's definitely not the Fossils, so I think it might be the Singulair. And that's what it looks like, just a standard classic brush. It's very similar to the L'Oreal Voluminous. It's just a little tiny sample, so try and get that used up. We have the Sumptuous Extreme from Estee Lauder. Damn hair. I'm getting used to it. It's just sometimes if I jerk my head it gets in my face. And this is the Sumptuous Extreme. This is one of my favourite mascaras of all time. I love it, love it, love it. I've never had to buy a tube of it because it's always included in like every gift with purchase, and sometimes when you get a nice sales assistant they put a tube or two in your bag for you. It's awesome. We have High Impact Mascara from Clinique. I've had this open for a while. You know, it still smells okay. It's still pretty wet, and but it is starting to thicken up a little. So I am going to try and use this one up. I don't know much about Clinique mascaras. I can't even remember if I liked this one or not. But again, it's just a classic brush similar to the L'Oreal Voluminous, so I don't think it'll be too much different from the Singulair one. We'll see. We'll see. And then we have the Smashbox Full Exposure, which I'm surprised hasn't dried out yet. Doesn't smell bad, and I didn't get on my nose. I thought I had. It doesn't smell bad. It's still pretty moist. I got this with the Smashbox Full Exposure palette, and I didn't open it right away, I don't think. Or I did, and then it sort of sat there unused for a while. In my head, the whole 3-month thing, like, this doesn't apply for my kit. Like, in my kit, 3 months from open to close, that's it. And then it gets thrown out. But for my personal mascara, you know, it's just me using it. I'm a bit more lax with the whole 3-month thing. If I've been using it every day for 3 months, then yeah, I'll toss it. But if I've only used it and then put it away in a drawer for a month or two, it doesn't count as a month or two of use. So I don't know, does anyone else do that? Am I being really stupid? But you know, I've never really had a problem doing that, so yeah, that's what I do. It's really old, it needs used up. There you go. I'm including the colour tattoo in On and On Bronze again. This was in a project pan, I think it was in the 50 pan. This is all that's left. There's not too much. It's still pretty workable, very soft. Believe this is called Bad to the Bronze in America. That's what it looks like. So I have 2 eye products left. First is a Gosh Let's Twist eyeliner in Grey Mink. And it looks like this. Just a little twisty up one that I just broke the nub on. Oops. It's really, really soft, and it doesn't really show up in my waterline or anything, so I figured using it as a eyeshadow base. And then we have a soft Kohl liner from Rimmel. This one's really old. It's in black. But there's not a lot left of it, so I figure with daily use for a month or two, it will just disappear. And then lastly, we have the lip products that I plan to use up in conjunction with the Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo lip products. Actually, I'm missing one. So this is it's like 21 products, but really it's only 20 because I'm counting like 2 of them together, like these 2 together or whatever, because this one, the Exaggerate in Obsession, like there's only this much left. This is like 3 applications of lip product. Just, you know, I'm just gonna throw it on for a couple of days and just use it up because it's just sitting there taking up space and it's bugging me, like really bugging me. Then we have Natural from NYX. Sorry, I'm talking really fast. My battery is flashing like mad at me. So there is Natural from NYX. A beautiful orangey toned lip liner. And then we have Mauve Moment from Max Factor on the end there. And we have Natural from e.l.f., which is one of their matte lip pencils. And that's there. And unfortunately this is broken, so I can just pull it out and see how much I have left, which, to be honest, isn't a whole lot at all. So those are the products that I'm going to include in my Project 20 pan, and I do hope to have them finished around the start of May. So as always, I will put a link in the info box to my blog where you can check proper pictures of the swatches and pictures of the product, and I will probably update this about once a month along with my other project updates. And yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. As always, let me know in the comments how your products are going, and yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.